That was better. He brought his nose, but then his nose went out afterwards. Little things like that are going to make a very big difference in his score later. Let's go back over there where he spooked. Let him get a look at that again. Not sure what he spooked at. But it's a good chance for me to talk about that spook. Don't know what he's seeing, but what we're going to do is we're going to go to work right here. Right here. Maybe it's that squeeze. I think it's this ground he's spooking at right here. You see what we're going to do? We're going to go to work right here where he's spooking. Yeah, it's that ground that you're worried about. You notice I did not stop when he spooked the first time. I kept his feet moving. And you also notice I came right back to the area where he spooked at. He's kind of throwing his head a little bit. He's still worried. He put his head down to look at that water and I kicked him forward. Really important right there. One of the things that's real important with a horse that's spooking, I personally am not going to just stop and let the horse look at whatever they're worried about. I'm going to keep their feet moving. As long as I am keeping their feet moving, I have some control over direction where we're going. Kick, 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 kick. If I stop and just let him look at that water that he's afraid of, I am just sitting here. I'm not telling him anything. And I am just subject to whatever reaction he gives me. Kick, 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 kick. There we go. I am going to act like there's nothing to be worried about. And I'm going to tell him to ride forward. Doesn't matter what one spooks at, I handle it the same way. There we go, right through the water. Let's go back again. At no point did I let his feet stop. That is very important. Go back again. No point am I going to let his feet stop. Go back again. He needs to walk over it nicely. No jump, no lunge. It's better. Getting better every time. Now the worst thing that I could have done here, there we go, is let him stop and look. Now once he gets over being scared of it, I will let him stop and look. I'm not going to let him stop and look as long as he's scared. You notice how we've redirected from working ranch riding to working this scary object down here. Sometimes you just have to do that. He gave me something here that needed to be fixed. There we go. Now I'm going to let him walk through it. He gave me something here that needed to be fixed, so we're going to work on fixing it. Let's walk through it and see how it does. Notice I'm still not going to let him stop. He still has to be going forward. Me saying go forward is me communicating with him that this is not a scary object. You need to listen to me and we're going to go on. This is how you develop a horse that trusts you. I'm telling him to go on, it's not going to hurt him. And we're going to continue going on and it not hurt him. And he's going to build trust in me that I make good decisions on his behalf. I brought that up in several videos in the past. Times when you have a spooky horse, the horse is spooky because the horse does not trust that you make good decisions on the horse's behalf. In this situation right here, I have taught him that I can make a good decision on his behalf. He was afraid of this water. I made him go through it. There we go. He didn't die. It didn't hurt. Now he's realizing that I make good decisions on his behalf. Walk through it one more time. We're going to go back to work. You would think working out on the ranch, seeing puddles of water wouldn't be a big deal. But I do know that a lot of places out west just don't see a whole lot of water. And that might be his situation. He might just not have seen a whole bunch of water puddles. Mississippi, they're everywhere. I think he's worried about this water puddle now. Let's go through this one. I've been staying out of this one because it's a little bit slippery. We'll walk through this one. Keep walking. Right there, I didn't let him stop. I kept bumping with my feet, kept him walking. He has to learn. The more important lesson that he learns here is not that the water is not going to hurt him. The more important lesson that he learns here is that he can trust the decisions that I make on his behalf. Right there, he's not wanting to go there. I trained police horses for 20 years, probably a little more than 20 years. And you cannot expose a police horse to every scary thing it's going to see out on the road, working patrol, parades, crowd control. But what you can teach that horse is that you make good decisions on his behalf, and that horse can trust your decisions. And once that horse trusts your decisions, then new scary objects are a non-issue. Good boy. All right, let's try it again. Back to work. He's like, well, that was work.